Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make the Nettles tincture. So you guys has been following me for a while. You know that I'm a lazy person. So if you're new here, my channel is about fast, easy, healthy food. And also I do a lot of foraging video for nature edible food. So right now in May, Sweden is a perfect place to hunt for wild medicine. So tincture, natal tincture is something that I've never tried making before as in video at YouTube. So I'm going to just try my best to do this so that you can do it too at home. If you don't have this Nettles in your country, there is a link where I included the items so that you too can enjoy the benefits of this wild medicine. And you probably wonder what is this for, right? Uh, if you Google enough or you have been to YouTube and seen there is a lot of people doing benefits of nettles, especially nettles roots. Not many people do nettles root, and nobody really explain how they do it in the physical form. So I hope this video will help you guys a better understanding how I do this. I'm going to jump on now, show you how I wash it, because actually if you look closer, let me just show you guys closer. So if you look closer, the nettles roots they are slightly mustard yellow in color. That is where you want to take the thicker part. And yesterday I showed you guys long strips. There are also parts that are really fine. Don't throw this away, guys. This is also usable. So I'm going to mix just the thicker one to make them into tincture, and I'm going to use the thinner one to make them into tea or extract. So what I did earlier on is that I have washed them. You have to wash them thoroughly. What I did was I used a toothbrush. Yeah. So if you have this, the potato or the salad, washer, try and put it there. But because this has a lot of roots, so it may get stuck inside the hole of this plastic bowl. So, but it's always worth trying. I don't have that, so I wash my roots with the brush, literally. So it's a lot of work. It takes up almost the whole afternoon and the whole morning for me today. But I pick a lot, so I'm going to be using this to do just one bottle to try out. But I will be picking more because I think this medicine is really beneficial, and I would like to let my Airbnb guests to try it. I would like to pour them into small containers so that they can bring it home with them. Now let's start. This is a bottle that I have sterilized in hot water, and also the container, the caps. So you want to make sure that they are very dry, and if they are not dry, use a towel, paper towel to dry them. Make sure that they are really dry. Okay, and if you like, you can dry them further in the oven, in a warm oven, until all the water is evaporated. So when the bottles is dry, it's not so dry yet. Let me see. I see just one drop of water vapor. For this one, I air dry a little bit. So what I do is that I'm going to just try to put everything into this bowl. And over here, I have 85% of vodka. So hopefully everything will fit in there, but you have to try and put as much nettles roots as possible so that this will become very powerful and strong. So I'm going to start off by putting all the root The big one first. There are some, actually this one, it is actually yellow mustard in color. You know, actually when I bring it home, I realized that the skin, the outer skin, the yellow one fall off. So what I did is I use a brush and then I just wash them carefully. And this can be used too. I think if you want to grind this, I thought about grinding this into powder. And I noticed that yesterday after boiling this in hot water, I boiled them twice and I still feel it's so hard. You know, the root is really, really tough. So I don't know if anyone have ever tried grinding this into powder, but I would think that, you know, there might be a problem because these roots are not that easy to grind. They are really, really tough. So maybe you have to buy some grinder of the highest quality one. Or maybe use, I was talking to LG about this morning. I said maybe we have to buy the one that is best in test. But again, you know, if you were to grind this into powder, what I was thinking that can be workable is that you cut them into really, really, really tiny pieces until they are like, you know, very, about half a centimeter. A lot, but then, you know, it requires to be sitting here the whole morning just cutting everything. And then you put them in maybe in the hydrator to hydrate it really until when it's really, really dry. Then you can put them in a grinder. A coffee grinder might work. You know, I haven't tried myself, so it's kind of interesting for me. So I am seriously considering buying one grinder because I don't have one at home. So it's a good investment because I think it's slightly cheaper. If you talk about the long term, how much does vodka cost you, right? So, and then powder form, it's also the same amount of nutrient. The thing with tincture is a lot of work because you have to turn the bottles like 5 to 8 times a day. And then this has to be kept in a dark, cold room. Make sure it's not a place where you forgot, you know, you have to be a place where you remember. Otherwise, you have to put a timer with your app or your telephone to remind you, hey, now it's time for you to go and turn the tincture. So it can be a lot of work just by doing that. So this is just for experiment. I'm trying on a smaller bottle. Right now, I'm just going to squeeze everything in if possible to coil it a bit so that I can feed more. This would be a perfect thing for my guests who come and stay with us at the B&B. So I want to let them have a small little bottle where they can bring home. So hopefully they appreciate that, and I really hope that, you know, people can give this a try. Never harmful because this is a very healthy superfood. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with this. One more root. Okay, is push it right in until, you know, it's really, really compact. So I have marked the bottles here on top so that I know exactly when I made this, the date, and what is it. So I'm going to keep an eye on this every day. Hopefully I remember for 8 weeks. Yeah, sounds like very long, but I'll try my best, all right, to remember this. So now I'm going to pour the vodka, which is 80%, into this bottle. And I want to fill this up. If I can't fill this up, then I have to buy more vodka. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's not really, it's up to here only. So I have to go to the shop to buy more vodka. But for the time being, I'm just going to close this tightly and just turn this. Right, so they get some vodka. Definitely go to the shop tomorrow and see if I can get a bigger bottle. This bottle is too small. And then you want to turn this like this, gently, 4 to 8 times a day, recommended. Then it's then the power will release from the root. So 8 weeks later, we're gonna have a taste test, and I hope I can do a live streaming then. All right. So put this in a cold room. If you want, if you don't have a dark room, you know what you can do? You can use like a dark cloth. Cover this with a rubber band, and then turn it. You don't have to find a dark room if you don't have a dark room. And if you don't have a cold room, put them in the refrigerator with the blanket, with the dark cloth. Problem solved, right? So what am I going to do? Yesterday I did this tea, and trust me guys, it was so good. I love the taste of this Nettles roots, and it tastes really nice. It's so pleasant. I felt like I'm like healing already drinking that. It's a really pleasant earthy flavors that is really delicious. And what I did is I boiled them once. Then I was thinking, oh my god, I still think that there is still a lot of nutrition in the root. So what I did is that I use this people make cocktail, this kind of wood stuff, whereby you can just pound the lemon into your glass. So what I did is that I just pound them, crush them with this. Instead of using a mortar, I use this one, and it works really, really well. So I crush all of them, and then I pour a little bit of hot water, and I let it steep for another 15 minutes in really, really low temperature. And then I kept them steep overnight with the lid on, so that the cat will not attack it. And this morning, me and LG, just before we had breakfast, we drink them, and it was so delicious. It feels like, doesn't feel like it's medicine at all. It reminds me of a very nice drink that I used to drink when I was a childhood in Singapore. It tastes a little bit like jelly, the consistency is not like jelly-like, but it tastes like not vanilla also, like in between vanilla and it's not lime either. It's a little bit vanilla flavors. So I suggest you guys, if you are freaking out, oh my goodness, am I going to eat root? Right, give this a try before you say that, because you will be surprised. The flavors is really nice, and I hope this will benefit you. All right, you are important, your life. So what am I going to do with the rest, right? So I probably going to get the big bottles, but for the time being, I'm just going to put everything into this small plastic bag, and I'm just going to keep them in the refrigerator. But I can't wait until like 8 weeks. So what I'll do is that I'm going to just cut this one. Oh my goodness, I get stung. I'm just going to cut them into really, really fine. And then I'm going to use a grinder and grind it, hopefully into powder. And then use it like a tea. Put 1 or 2 tablespoons or teaspoon, depending on the amount that I'm making. And then just steep it in a warm water, like overnight before I drink them. Okay, guys, I hope you guys like this idea, and also if you do, please give a thumbs up. If you cannot find Nettles roots, it's no problem. I have just did a research on Amazon and I found out that they have it. They have both the capsule is in powder, and they also have the one in the tincture, and also the extract. So I've included all the 3 products in this video description at the video link, so that you can click that and bring this home with you if you are too lazy to make them. I think I've gone from lazy to hardworking this 1-2 days making this, so I can give myself a little pat on my shoulder, you know. Okay, so finally I am getting out of my lazy zone. Okay guys, have to go. I have to do some work, help LG to clean up the cottage, and we are moving to the cottage soon. So this place is going to be available for people who are wanting to come and visit Sweden. The link for our Airbnb is in the video description, so you can check it out. I am trying to put together a few package during August, September, October, for people who are interested in foraging and healing holiday. So I'm going to incorporate all those things that I have learned and I have collected, and I'm going to make small samples, and I'm going to bring my guests to go and pick all these wonderful nature edible superfood from the local forest, and I'm going to teach them how to produce their own medicine or their own superfood, and so they can bring it home with them. All right, I will be working on the package, and I'll see if I can release it as soon as possible. I would love to do a video on that too, but we'll see if I have the time. Okay, so let's see if Swante is here. Hey Swante, hey, you want to come here and say bye-bye? Come here. Swante is a little bit slow, yeah? Because he's an old man, right? Oh. Okay, so I'm going to continue this, put them in first because I don't have time now. I'll put them in the refrigerator. They should be able to hold for 1 or 2 days. And then I'm going to cut this slowly, small, dry it in the dryer, and then I'm going to go down to town to buy a grinder. Okay, I think I'll just leave this like this, so that I have the smaller root being chopped up. All right, see you guys. Bye bye.